Yo, good evening, everyone in the USA, Canada, all over the world. Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Misunderstood Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, the Unstoppable Independent Podcaster, and Rookie Podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're now listening and tuning in and rocking with the 135th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. That's right, the New York episode 135, live and direct from the YouTube StreamYard, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything and you don't miss me on the air. A little explanation into why I am recording so early. The reason I'm recording so early is because there's a Mets game that I am supposed to watch with the Nationals that starts at 7 o'clock. So I figured I'd start right now, and then maybe I'll be able to end maybe before 7 o'clock. So you know what I'm saying. And speaking of ending at 7 o'clock, let's get into some mental health check-in, shall we? Yes, mental health check-in time. Listen, how am I? How am I feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually? And of course, this segment is about your well-being on how you are feeling internally. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm actually going to basically say overall throughout the week it's been okay. Although yesterday was a weird one for me actually. So before I even clocked out yesterday, I was actually trying to sweep up the mess by the shopping cart area where they keep it inside near the doorways. And um this lady asked me which style of silverware utensils is is considered good since I'm a guy. Do you know how crazy this shit sounds? I literally had to laugh this shit off though. that's like asking me that's like asking me what's the difference between white chocolate and dark chocolate. It's crazy. It's even more crazy than somebody asking me what's the difference between a fucking Birkin bag and a fucking purse. Like, come on, man. Like, and you talking about you got a son. If you have a son, why didn't you bring your son with you to tell what type of style utensils of designs that you wanted? I mean, to be honest with you, there's nothing special about them. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing special about them. It's like, come on. Like, come on, man. Like I even asked certain workers about this, and they actually told, and I have to agree with them. They're actually nuts on this one right there. Oh man, yeah. So that basically sums up mentally, physically, and spiritually and stuff like that, though, man. So this one was a little this one was a little laughable yesterday. So I just had figured I'd just talk about it here. So make sure you reach out to your loved ones, especially your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, and along with other people that you work with, that you cool with, and stuff like that. You don't have to wait till mental health day and mental health awareness month to actually, you know, you know, show not necessarily sympathy, but empathy as well, as far as what they're going through. And there is no time frame to reach out to someone. It's all about following your mind, your soul, your heart, your instincts, and having confidence. That's what really matters here. You know what I'm saying? So, um, without further ado, we are gonna go into a little thing that I like to call chatting all the jazz right here. Hold on. There we go. Hold on a second. That's the sound I was actually. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, so yeah, actually, hold on a second. As a matter of fact, let's do this. We'll do New York Mass Transit files first, and then go to chatting on the jazz next. So I forgot that I had some transit news. So let's get into some transit news first. So starting with the GameCube. All right. All right. Our first story in chatting on the jet in transit news is basically um it has to do, if I'm not mistaken, hold on a second. Okay. It has to do with the city council. It has to do with the city council. So let's get into that right now. Okay. Listen to this. For everybody that's in New York, listen to this. Um, the New York City Council wants to beef up the city streets plan by $3.1 billion to build out more space for buses, bikes, and pedestrians. Well, I don't know how to feel about that one right there, but if it's to, I can understand if it's like to, hold on a minute here. Okay, I can understand if it's like to, reduce traffic or to reduce bus bunching and all that other stuff, but I don't know about this one right there, man. I think everybody's gonna have some mixed feelings about this shit, so I'm not too sure about this. So there's actually more to this story, so hang on. Um, okay, yes, so yeah, yeah, $3 billion. I should have. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's the craziest idea that I ever heard in my life. But I mean, to each of his own. You know what I mean? Anyway, in the council's formal response to Mayor Eric Adams' $98.5 billion city budget proposal from February, politicians called for more investments in the Big Apple's social safety net and infrastructure, including a far more ambitious vision to reshape the streetscape. To secure an equitable recovery for our city and improve public safety, we must focus on robust investments that strengthen our communities and deliver opportunities for all New Yorkers, said Speaker Adrian Adams in a press release late Friday afternoon. Late Friday afternoon. These targeted investments will help the city begin to reverse long-standing inequities and move our neighborhoods forward. The Department of Transportation unveiled its NYC Streets Plan in December, setting several benchmarks for the amount of new bike and bus friendly paths the agency must meet over 5 years in accordance with a 2109 council law. The goals, which come with minimum annual targets, include 150 miles of bus lanes and 250 250 miles of protected bike lanes by the end of 2026, which is probably going to be 4 years from now. And $1 million. No, hold on. 1 million square feet of pedestrian space by um the end of 2023. The council now wants to embark more money for at least 500 miles of new bus lanes and 500 miles of protected bike lanes. The polls also pushed for 40 miles of busways, which more severely limit car traffic or ban it together along certain stretches, as well as 38 million square feet of open pedestrian space, an area slightly larger than Central Park. Busways were not part of the council law 3 years ago, but have since become a successful tool for city street planners to um, thoroughfares of traffic and speed up commutes. DOT has installed busways on 14th Street, J Street in Brooklyn, Main Street, Jamaica, and Archer Avenues in Queens, and 181st Street uptown. Combined with the decades old Fulton Mall, the city currently has just above 4 miles of busway, and an AM New York Metro analyst found, although DOT often doubles its measures to account for two-way streets, another busway was planned for Fifth Avenue in Midtown has been stuck in neutral and watered down from its original scope after pushback by luxury retailers along the Ritzy corridor, along with powerful real estate honchos. Oh wow. Um, so the council's demands would increase mileage of busways tenfold, and their proposals garnered praise from transit advocates. Bus riders urged Mayor Adams to embrace the city council's bold vision for better buses and safer streets, said um, um, Jal- Jalise Race, an organizer with the group Riders Alliance. In a statement Saturday, expanded funding for faster and more reliable bus service and better for everyone who lives, works, and visits here. However, the December streets plan by DOT admitted that the agency did not have enough resources to meet the annual minimum mileage of newly painted lanes as required by the law. Transportation officials estimated they could install 20 miles of bus lanes instead of required 30 miles and 30 miles of bike lanes, short of the um at least 50 miles mandated by the council. That was before the new mayor Adams called for most agencies to slash spending by 3% for this fiscal year and the next one. A City Hall spokesperson pointed to Adams' campaign promise to build 150 miles of bus lanes in the first term that lasts until the end of 2025. Mayor Adams has put forward an aggressive plan to improve street safety and provide greater access citywide to reliable transportation options, including an unprecedented effort to add 150 additional miles of bus lanes in the next 4 years, said Jonah Allen in a statement Sunday. We are reviewing the council's proposal and look forward to engaging with them through the budget process to identify the proper level of funding for our shared transit goals. Um, his zona will release an updated executive budget based on the council response in April, which his administration will further negotiate with council before the July 1st deadline. Remains to be seen, folks. Um, just gotta feel how people gonna react to this. So we'll see what happens here. Um, anyway, that's pretty interesting. Now let's see. Um, so more MTA transit news. This has to do with the Interborough Express. So the MTA's Interborough Express from Brooklyn to Queens could look like a blend of New York's commuter railroads and the city's subway train cars should officials decide to go with the rail option for the mass transit vision rather than buses or trolleys. The proposal, also known as the IBX, is still in its early stages and transit officials have yet to say whether the best option will be conventional rail, light rail, or a bus transit system. Wait a minute, man. I can't recall the last time New York had trolleys. I can't recall, man, because I wasn't born at the time when that shit happened. So I don't know where the hell I was at, but that's a little unexpected right there. Um Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. Anyway, so the former, hold on a second. Yeah, the former could end up resembling the London Overground, not underground, overground in the UK, according to the MTA's senior vice president for regional planning, Michael Schiffer. Conventional rail is what you see on Long Island Railroad or Metro North, Schiffer told a panel of subway and bus rider advocates Thursday. In this context, the rolling stock or the train cars, if you will be reconfigured to perform more like transit vehicles. The trains would likely have more doors than an LIRR train to accommodate frequent stops along the proposed 14-mile route, passing by 17 existing subway stations. The rep said during a March 24th presentation to the New York City Transit Riders Council, an in-house volunteer body representing um, riders' interest to the MTA. End quote. With frequent stops and frequent service, we expect that the people will only be riding on these trains or buses for relatively short periods of time to get to their connections, he said. So it will probably have more doors than a common commuter train and run more like a rapid transit train. A good example is in London, where you have London Overground as an example of kind of a repurposed railroad that runs more like a rapid transit line, he added. The London Overground opened in the English capital in 2007, reusing neglected railways to connect the city's mass transit to suburbs and create an orbital network around the urban core. All right. Similarly, the IBX would run on existing freight rail right of way from the Bay Ridge Sunset Park waterfront through central and eastern Brooklyn and up to Jackson Heights, Queens. A 40-minute journey serving up to 88,000 weekday riders in largely working class neighborhoods of color. Okay, I don't know what that means, neighborhoods of color. I really don't know what that means, so I digress. Anyway, IBX trains could run electrically with a third rail, like the subways do, and they would remain completely separate from the existing industrial tracks along the line, which currently serves about 1 to 3 trains a day. A bus rapid transit system would run on dedicated road space and have electric buses, while light rail trains, no, excuse me, light rail trams could have centenaries for part of the route and run on battery power where there's no room for the overhead wiring, according to Schiffer. The transit official said the Brooklyn Army Terminal at the line's western end would be a suitable place to store IBX trains, cars, and trams. The Army terminal down in Sunset Park has the significant parking area. We've discussed opportunities there for double decking it, having a maintenance facility there, but the expectation is that it would be um, at that end of the line, Schiffer said. Hmm, interesting. Okay, so the MTA uh is currently gathering public feedback on the project. Governor Kathy Hochul unveiled during her State of the State address in January as transit officials zero in on their preferred of the three transit options before launching into an official environmental review by the end of this year of or 2023. Um Following the review, the MTA plans to start designing the IBX, find a way to fund it in the next 5-year capital plan, starting in 2025, and pick a company for the construction contract. Chief MTA Chief General Lieber previously estimated construction to take 3 to 5 years and for the project's cost to be somewhere in the single digit billions. It's not clear yet whether the IBX fares will be as steep as the LARR or the cheaper subways and buses, but when it's ready to hit the tracks or the road, the agency's ticketing will run more widely on its new tap and go Omni system, said another transit official. And for those of you who may not know what Omni stands for, it stands for One Metro New York. By the way, no, excuse me, by the time this project would be conceivably constructed and in operation, we're going to have all the flexibilities that Omni will provide us, said Will Schwartz, MTA's deputy chief of the state and local affairs. That type of integration, if it's a commuter railroad or if it's a bus rapid transit, making sure that there is that integration between the Long Island Railroad and New York City Transit. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's another transit situation that we need to talk about here. Oh, in other transit news, this has to do with Uber. Okay, Uber Technologies Incorporated said it will list New York City's yellow taxis on its app, a move that could help the ride hailing giant over a driver shortage in its biggest U.S. market. The city has for years been a battleground between Uber and yellow taxi drivers who have for long protested against the company's technology on grounds that it disrupted the industry and limited their earnings. The deal would see Uber work with taxi software companies, Creative Mobile Technologies, and Curb, whose apps together account for all the yellow cabs in New York City. It is likely to bring cab drivers more business at a time when the spike in gas prices has added to the woes of an industry buffeted by the COVID-19 slamdemic. Passengers will pay roughly the same fare for taxi rides as for Uber X rides, according to the Wall Street Journal, which first reported the news. Uber, who shares 6% highly in early trading on Thursday, has in recent months struggled to keep up with a demand surge brought by the lifting of coronavirus curbs. The partnership will add tens of thousands of vehicles to the Uber platform in New York City and beyond, Curb said in a statement. Uber said it now has more drivers on its platform in the United States that than at any point during the pandemic, and that the fuel price surge had not impacted its driver base. Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what if I miss anything. Let me make sure I don't miss no topics. So okay, give me a second while I take a drink. Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. Let me get back to this thing right here so you won't really I'm sorry that you're gonna hear some stuff in the background. I can't really control that as far as cars and stuff. So just bear with me, folks. I'm still here. All right. I want to make sure I don't miss any particular topics. So let's take a look. Let's see what we could talk about next. Um oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this shit. A stabbing in the Queens subway station. Holy shit. Now we're gonna go to now we could go to a thing that I like to call chatting or the jazz right here. Okay, so check this out. So no, hold on a second. Wrong story. Actually, wrong story. Hold on. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Um, all right. Okay, here we go. A man was stabbed with a box cutter during a squabble inside a Lower Manhattan subway station early Tuesday, cops and police sources said. The victim, said to be in his 40s, was arguing with another man on a northbound 4 train, cops said. Now, this is crazy. Um, when both men got off the train at Wall Street around 6:10 a.m., the assailant attacked his fellow strap hanger with a box cutter on the staircase, according to cops and the sources. The victim suffered non-life threatening injuries, thank goodness. Police were still looking for the attacker later in the morning. The nature of the nature of the dispute was unclear. The incident comes about a week after an ex-cop was slashed by an attacker who first spat at him and his wife at the same station, according to police. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is why people are not comfortable taking the subways. They're not comfortable taking the subway trains because you hear stories about this all the time, not just on a weekly basis, but on a monthly basis. Like, it's like, when does this shit end, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? When does this shit end? That's the thing I'm not understanding right there, though. Like, it's just it's just fucking ridiculous right now, man. It's just fucking ridiculous right now. Um, and I hate and I don't mean to sound like I don't mean to sound like somebody who is a who is talking down, but I mean, you gotta set the record straight on something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, um, okay, we got hold on a minute here. So okay, six. Hold on a minute here. I don't think there's any more stuff that I should. Oh wait. There was a hold on a second, man. Um, yeah. So another story we need to actually talk about is this 13-year-old who got busted for trying to beat up a 76-year-old woman. Yeah, it's no laughing matter anymore. A 13-year-old girl was busted Wednesday for a violent caught on video mugging in the Bronx that left a 76-year-old woman with a fractured hip, cops said. Investigators identified the teen through the disturbing surveillance video, which shows her grabbing hold of the elderly's victim's purse and swinging her around until she falls to the floor of a building lobby in Pelham Bay on Sunday. The young suspect and one of her female cohorts were captured on the footage smiling during the disturbing attack. The teen and two other suspects first approached the senior as she entered the building at Roberts and Hobart Avenues, cops said. This is so fucked up right now. One of the suspects pulled her hair, police said. The footage shows the victim trying to close the door on the muggers, but to no avail. The trio ultimately made off with the woman's purse holding a $50, a wallet, a debit card, and an insurance cards, police said. This is nuts. The victim was taken to Jacoby Medical Center with a fractured hip. Cops said the teen was charged with robbery. Authorities said. Police said Wednesday they are still looking for the other two suspects. My question is, where? Yeah, why and where were the fucking parents? Where were their parents? That's the shit that I don't understand, man. Like, where were the parents? Where were they when they didn't even know what was going on? Like, come on, man. Like, this is nuts. Um, yeah, this is nuts right there. This is nuts, man. Um, I will go to. Let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Yeah, a man stabbed. Yeah, I already talked about that. Um, okay, let's talk. Hold on a minute here. Oh, Before I talk about the 50 Cent shit, man, let me just do a little breaking news here in regards to Will Smith being banned. Okay. Um Banned from the Oscars. It's crazy, man. Oh boy. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about that shit. So before I even go to the 50 Cent story, I think I'm going to actually do a little research in regards to um and this is just yeah, it's just crazy, man. Um Now for those of you who may not know, um Will Smith's banned from the Oscars. Yeah, he's banned from the Oscars, man. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on why he doesn't need the Oscars. All right, so here we go. Um So, with their options rather limited, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Board of Governors has just decided that Will Smith will not be able to attend the Oscars for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock on stage at the 94th Academy Awards on March 27th. The board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards, said AMPAS President David Rubin and CEO Don Hudson of Smith's unacceptable and harmful behavior in a letter to the full membership after a contentious 9 a.m. Pacific time virtual meeting today concluded. We also hope this can begin a time of healing and restoration for all involved and impacted. They added at the end of the letter with no pun undoubtedly intended. Yeah, right. Um, I accept and respect the Academy's decision, Smith said in its subsequent statement soon after AMPAS made their POV public. Not that there was a lot more. The AMPAS board, which includes Steven Spielberg, Ava DuVernay, Laura Dern, and Whoopi Goldberg among its current roster, could really do. Seeing where this debacle was likely going to end up, Smith made a chess move on April 1st and immediately resigned from the AMPAS. In his preemptive letter, the King Richard Best Actor Oscar winner proclaimed, "My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have hurt in is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance and global audiences at home. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I am heartbroken. I want to put the focus back on those who deserve attention for their achievements and allow the Academy to get back to the incredible work it does to support creativity and artistry in film." Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me just say this though, man. I want to say this. This is I'm gonna tell you why Will Smith does not need the Oscars, man. Because he's been number one, he's been trying to prove to these ridiculous old vanilla ice, vanilla wafers, and dinosaur asses in the Oscars that he deserved to get one, but they shun him from from not getting the award for when he did Concussion. Like, come on, man. Like, this is just so fucking ridiculous. I mean, 10 years? 10 years is a fucking long ass time. By the time 10 years is up, he's gonna be like what 67. He's gonna be fucking 67. And to make it even more crazy, to even think that, you know, to make it even more crazy is that he's supposed to be working on a Bad Boys 4 possibility and some other projects and stuff like that. But I'll talk about that in the next episode and shit like that. So I'm not gonna have time to do it here. So I'm actually going to get into the whole 50 Cent thing. And I'm probably going to let me get into what Billy Bush said too, man. I want to get into what he said too. Hold on. Hang on a second. Billy Bush defends Will Smith. Yeah. Um yeah, let's get into first before I even go into Billy Bush, let's get into what 50 Cent has to say about this. So this goes like this though. According to Hip Hop Lately, 50 Cent got his punish. No, excuse me. Will Smith got his punishment from the Academy. The Oscar winner has been banned from the Academy Awards for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock shortly before being presented with his first Oscar. The board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. Academy President David Rubin and CEO Don Hudson said in a statement on Friday. And this is what 50 says on Twitter. God damn, they're doing Will dirty. This is too harsh. So he can't come back till he's 63. More like he can't. More like six. More like fucking More like 67. Shit, and the lawsuit ain't even hit yet. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And speaking of crazy, I want to get to what Billy Bush said, and he has some valid points too that I actually want to get into. Um, so this is according to Yahoo. Um, so Billy Bush has continued to defend Will Smith after the King Richard star slap host Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars last month. On Wednesday, he told TMZ that it would be crazy, and ridiculous for Hollywood to cast out the box office titan over the shocking event that followed Rock's joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who has alopecia, which is the most serious disease about hair loss and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um One moment does not define your life, even one as bad as that, Bush said. Let me tell you, what I wrote is we are all wired for some weird, crazy stuff. We're wired. 99% of the time we don't do it. The better us comes out, but we're wired for it. And occasionally something happens. He snapped. I can't believe it. Bush faced backlash in October 2016 after the Washington Post published video of an unaired 2005 conversation between Donald Trump and then the host of Celebrity Apprentice, and Bush, who was the host of Access Hollywood, is now the host of Extra on Fox 5 and a contributor at Today. The clip showed Bush laughing and encouraging Trump as the future president, said he might start kissing the woman they were about to meet. Trump claimed he could do anything to women in general because he was a star. Grab him by the pussy. Trump infamously said, "You can do anything." Bush was suspended from his jobs at first and parted ways with the network altogether. And 2 weeks later, he's now the host of Extra with Billy Bush. Um, he shared with TMZ his advice for Smith, who's since apologized and resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the board of which is scheduled to meet April 8th to determine whether he will face further consequences. Will make something great of yourself, Bush said. There's a great book called The Obstacle Is the Way. Use this somehow. He will. He's Will Smith. Everything he's done up to this point can't be worth nothing. He's been a great guy. He's been a great role model. He's made good movies. He's been a good person. I support Will. Yeah. Um Yeah, not supposed. Okay, so Bush said he doesn't want Smith to be ostracized by others. You don't think that guy's hurting enough? He's hurting, Bush said. So I just don't want to see anyone unnecessarily pile on the guy. Leave him alone. The TV host said he'd reached out to a publicist for Smith so that he could send the star a book called The Daily Stoic, which is subtitled 365 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living. It's about what was true 2,000 years ago is true today, Bush said. We're all wired a certain way. Some things happen. How do we respond? You can't control events. You can only control how you react to them. Bush also defended Smith on Sunday when he posted a statement calling for forgiveness. That I will agree. I agree with Billy Bush. Another thing I want to add to this is this. It's basically what I previously said before. It's like this whole cancel culture shit, as I talked about in episode 15, and how it's actually gone too far. It's all about trying to ostracize people when they pass mistakes and shit. And to be honest with you, nobody's born fucking perfect. Everybody has imperfections, and everybody has different situations that they react to. Like I called it the chain reaction because he snapped. He couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? This whole feud started with when Chris Rock said some bad shit about Jada, who basically was like boycotting the Oscars when the Oscars so white was going on. And and to be honest, like you know, 10 years is a fucking long time, and to condemn the guy over a mistake that he did, it doesn't make anybody any better. And I hate to say this though. And I know some people gonna be having some crazy bullshit shit to say to me and all that other stuff. But at the same time, I don't think he over look, the man was defending his woman with the whole fucking G.I. Jane shit in terms of the reference towards Jada Pinkett Smith, who basically cut all her hair because she has alopecia. Like, come on, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is just this is just so fucking crazy right now. It's so fucking sad to me because you know what I'm saying. But you know something? Will Smith doesn't need the fucking Oscars. He got the BET awards and he got the fucking NAACP awards. Fuck the Oscars, man. And you know the rest, man. And I don't know, man. This is just crazy. And I just you know, hopefully Will Smith will be able to turn the page on this, so that way, you know, people won't be condemning him and all that other stuff and ostracizing him, which sounds like blackballing to me. It sounds like blackballing to me. But I think the moral of the story is this, though. Like I said before, you have to differentiate the difference between funny jokes versus bad jokes. And as I said before, just because you're a fucking comedian does not mean you get a free pass to get away with insensitive things to say about a person. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's medical conditions, whether it's disability, whatever it is, though, like it's just, it's just baffling to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just so fucking baffling to me. And and yeah, man. And maybe if Chris Rock didn't make that bad joke about the GI Jane shit to Jada Pinkett Smith and all that, he wouldn't have got slapped. He wouldn't have gotten slapped anyway. So therefore, hold on, man. I want to do this though, man, because Chris Rock is going down the tubes, man. I'm sorry, man, but this is just fucking ridiculous. He's going down the tubes. Um, let me just uh let me just do this flush right now, man. And I want to actually do a little blender real quick though, man. All right. Um okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we're talking about here. Oh, congratulations to Nas. Let's talk about this story. Let's talk about this story right here. Hold on. Hold on a minute here. Let's talk about that. Um, okay. So, Nas gets his flowers after career spanning 2022 Grammy Awards performance. Nas returned to the Grammy stage on Sunday night, April 3rd, almost exactly a year after winning his first Grammy Award for 2020's King's Disease. Inside the Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, his legendary career deservedly basked in the spotlight. In the spotlight. Looking dapper in a double-breasted double-breasted suit. Double-breasted. Oh shit. Double-breasted suit. The Queensbridge rap icon marked his first solo Grammys performance by delivering a medley of career-spanning classics with help from a live band which counted jazz pianist Robert Glasper among its ranks. After being introduced as your favorite rapper by Grammys host Trevor Noah, Nas opened with "I Can" before diving into "Made You Look" and "One Mic." Mm. As a photo of an Illmatic era Nasir Jones filled the giant screen behind him. The 48-year-old MC capped off his victory lap with an empathetic rendition of Rare taken from last year's King's Disease 2. While the Recording Academy has historically snubbed his work, Nas' performance refused to be overlooked as it drew a standing ovation from inside the venue with the likes of Jack Harlow, Lil Nas X, and Balvin applauding on their feet. In addition to gracing the mic, Nas was also nominated for 2 awards at the 2022 Grammys, with King's Disease 2 up for Best Rap Album and his Bath Salts. Bath Salts. Oh shit. Um Collaboration with the late great DMX and Jay-Z in contention for Best Rap Song. Ultimately, Esco lost out in both categories as touted the creators Call Me If You Get Lost won the Best Rap Album, while Kanye West and Jay-Z's Jail walked away with Best Rap Song. Oh my gosh. Boo! That's crazy, man. That's really crazy right there, man. That's crazy. But after reminding the millions of viewers who turned into Sunday's Grammys broadcast of his revered lyricism, refined stage presence, and still flourishing catalog, it would be untrue to say Nas went home empty-handed. Man, damn, man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's really crazy right there, man. But you know what though, man? Congratulations to Nas getting his flowers as he's alive today. And also make sure you actually check out his show, The Bridge, 50 Years of Hip Hop Podcast on Spotify. Go check that out. And congrats to the legendary lyricist MC Nas. Go check out his podcast. Yeah, let's see. What other stories can we talk about here? Okay, let's talk Cypress Hill. Let's talk Cypress Hill for a sec. Um let's talk Cypress Hill. Um okay. Cypress Hill Insane in the Brain review a wild tour of trips, tracks, and trailblazers. So let's see. Let me make sure I turn this up. Okay. If there's one defining clip from Showtime's Cypress Hill Insane in the Brain, the new documentary about the pioneering hip hop group, it's the sight of a 30-foot inflatable stage Buddha emerging from the bong smoke like the beast from the fog in the hound of Baskervilles, or the landing of the mothership of Spielberg's Close Encounters. It's excessive and ridiculous and eerily spinal tapish, but it captures all the bravado and hijinks and give it a go attitude of a group trying to make sense of the landscape they've invented. Cypress Hill were a group of first hip hop group to headline Reading Festival, first group to successfully transition from hip hop to rock, first hip hop group to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. On this commercial point, director Estevan Orio's whirlwind portrait is dead on. The catch, however, it is that it frequently loses sight of the individuals. Um, the first person we meet is Oreo. Not to be confused with Oreo cookies, folks. Oh man. An avid photographer and lover of hip hop, Oreo recorded the rise of many East and West Coast superstars, including House of Pain, Beastie Boys, No Doubt, and the Fugees. He also worked as tour manager for Cypress Hill in the early 90s. And in that time, he picked up more than a few knickknacks. His office has gratified. Wait, hold on. Wait, graphitide walls and cassettes, stacks of DVDs, and 38 sticker covered file cabinets chock full of tour diaries, um, laminate passes, and other Cypress Hill memorabilia. It's pretty overwhelming to look at, and there's a fear that it's all about to get dumped on us. Mercifully, Oreo introduces us to the world he's been immersed in for over 30 years, tour by tour and city by city. He splices never before seen constant footage from every continent with behind the scenes snaps. Sound bites from music journalists Rigo Morales and Sheena Lester, 90s news bulletins, and, of course, present day interviews with the members of Cypress Hill. Vocalist Louis Freeze, which is Be Real, and Seenan Reyes Sendog, mixer and producer Lawrence Mugara DJ Muggs, and percussionist Eric Bobo Korea. Oh, percussionist. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let's look up the word percussionist for a second before I continue this story right here. Hold on. I want to fill you guys in what a percussionist is. Hold on a second. Percussionist definition. Let's take a look here. Now, for those of you who may not know what a percussionist is, I am going to fill you in on this shit right now. So, a percussionist is a player of a percussion instrument, especially in an orchestra. The six percussionists back in the orchestra lift their cymbals high in the air. Let's see. Okay, one skilled in the playing of percussion instruments. Um, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so that's what it is right there. That's what it is right there. So here we go. Now we're gonna continue where we left off here in the Cypress Hill story. So let's go back to the Cypress Hill story. Um, okay. Let's go. Hold on. Yeah. So the percussionist. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, percussionist. Where did I see that? Oh yeah. There you go. The result is ostent, ost, ostensibly chronological, but you feel as though their wild rise to fame would make just as much sense scrambled up. Before the crowd surfing and globetrotting and sun eclipsing totemic Buddhists, we learned what each member was like at the start. Um, Sendog, a street kid whose family moved from Cuba to California, helped turn his neighborhood, Cypress Avenue, which gave the group its name, into a party block of weed smokers and music lovers. In that milieu, he met Cuban and Mexican D centered Be Real, and then a little later turntable hotshot DJ Muggs, a native of Queens, New York, which I didn't even know about. Um, the trio bonded over Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, Pink Floyd, yo, and Led Zeppelin records in LA dominated by gang culture. It was around this time and in this LA too, that a new sound was developing in the streets and backyard gigs and on radio stations like K Day, a sound grittier and punchier than anything that had come before it. They're on the cups of the 90s and the birth of a new genre. We see how Cypress Hill put together the early demo tapes and experimental tracks, including an early version of Real Estate, which we get a snippet of in the documentary that would soon morph into the thumping ganja rap records that took the world by storm. For Cypress superfans, all the era details are here from the group's meetings with Rough House Records producers Chris Schwartz and Joe the Butcher Nicolo, um, to their acquisition of Bobo from Beastie Boys, um, to their audience broadening "Shoot 'Em Up" feature in the movie Juice in '92. What's frequently missing, though, are the emotional details. Sendor mentions the grind of the early days, the lack of attention, and the going hungry, but that's it. There's no elaboration, um, and there's no mention of what it meant for their families or indeed themselves when things started to take off. As Bill Stephanie, former president of Def Jam Recordings and signer of Public Enemy, told Muggs, every hip hop group at the time needed a concept. Um, of course, as Ice T puts it, when you went to see the Fat Boys, you saw some fat boys. Up and coming artists had to stand out far more than they do now. Hence the diversity in looks and rapping styles between LL Cool J and Slick Rick, or between Public Enemy and Run DMC. It's maybe not surprising then that Oreo mainly chronicles the formation and evolution of Cypress Hill's image. We swept New York hardcore with LA swag rather than how the members themselves changed as men or artists. For example, we get a brief insight into how Cheech and Chong influenced influenced the group's love for and advocacy of marijuana, but B Real's personal endeavors into the cannabis dispensary business under the name of his alter ego, Dr. Green Thumb, are glossed over. All we see are shots of B Real standing among what looks like an aircraft hangar um, worth of cannabis, of course. The same shortchanging happens for two of the band's most significant reshufflings: Sendog's hiatus from the group in 1995 and the group's forays into new metal at the turn of the century. Both segments are stocked with how the hell is there a recording of this type footage. But the personal stories are blindsided in the rush. What is documented is here is the group as a phenomenon, the remodeling of their various personae. Cypress Hill Insane in the Brain is a treasure trove of unseen footage, unheard mixes, and untold tour shenanigans. And just like the video profiles in his 2020 Netflix doc LA Originals, Oreo somehow manages to piece together the chaotic origin story of a hip hop sensation who had no history to lead them. Although some of the emotional and familial nuances are omitted here, as is any attempt to recontextualize the group and its legacy in hip hop today. The movie has a bounce and a buzz the entire time, as though the frenetic surplus energy of the '90s had finally found a place to go. Okay, All right. So our next story is um. Okay, next story is Gunner. We're gonna get into Sonic afterwards too. Um. Okay, let's get into Gunner. Um. Okay. So let's see. Gunna touches on Oakland pushing P sling controversy. Shares why artists shouldn't have fuck label fuck labels mentality. Okay, so okay, so Gunna has doubled down on he has doubled down on his claim that pushing P is universal. Hang on a sec. Yeah. The latest episode of Uninterrupted the Shop, the YSL rapper provided a quick definition of the phrase, which was also the title of his feature assisted track that dropped back in January. Gunnar reminded the host and his fellow guests that P simply meant player mentality and that it was a phrase he frequently heard while growing up in Georgia. Business mogul Steve Stolt then brought up the controversy surrounding Pushing P and the allegations Gunna had stole the slang from the Bay Area. Gunna was seemingly unbothered by backlash, suggesting the claims only proved that Pushing P was universal. Come to find out, they just come from player shit too. He said about his accusers. That's all that means. That's what I took from it. Like, bro, everybody been player. Your uncles, your aunties, they was players. During a January interview with Complex, Gunna acknowledged he didn't create Pushin' P, but his track helped introduce the phrase to more people. The world is just now catching on because of the song, but Atlanta and LA people who know me know, he said. That's why it hit hard too, because I really been kicking P outside of music. So when I bring it to music, it's like, yeah, that's really him. He ain't lying. Elsewhere in the episode, guest Rick Ross spoke about his decision to go independent and emphasized the importance of an artist owning his or her masters. The conversation then turned to the evolving role of labels and how they are often seen as bad actors. Gonna push back on the fuck labels mentality and urged aspiring rappers to look at the labels as business partners. Like, you shouldn't say fuck the label because they taking the chance on you, he explained. It's up to you to really make this money back and go make more money. And for all the young artists who are coming up, I want to tell them, man, don't look at it like it's a bad deal. You are not getting what you want in the beginning. It can't always get better. Marketing executive Paul Revere then turned his direction to Rick Ross, who he praised for always staying true to himself and refusing to chase fads and vibes. Um, where's that come from? Revere asked. It may come from the fact of dealing with being unaccepted so many years before I got on. Ross said. I was ghostwriting and writing and collaborating with others, and I refused to make what was working for them for myself. That wasn't for me. It took me much longer to get on, but the reward was much greater. Ross went on to recall his contribution to Devil in the New Dress. He said he had written a verse immediately after he heard the beat, but Kanye West wasn't impressed and told him he needed to go harder. I went back in immediately right then, Ross said, and wrote that verse we heard. he most definitely gonna challenge you. You can watch the full episode of the shop via YouTube above. And other Gunna news, I need to really get to how the song made history. So let's get to that. Um okay. Okay, so Gunna featuring Young Thug make 2022 history with Pushin' P single. Despite backlash from rappers such as Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker, what kind of name is that, man? Freddie gives about the origin of the term. It appears Gunna, Young Thug, and Future's efforts to popularize the Push and P lingo from their popular single has paid off. On Tuesday, March 15th, the trio of Atlanta bred lyricists um, um, became the first artist of 2022 to earn a gold certification from the RIAA for their efforts on their Push and P collaboration, which appeared on Gunna's DS Forever album back in January. Um, the gold plaque for Push and P serves as yet another accolade for Gunna's DS Forever album, which debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 albums chart after a brutal sales battle with the Weeknd's DM. No, excuse me, Weeknd's Dawn FM project. Gunna's DS Forever is his highest charting offering from his signature Drip Season mixtape series as the previous iteration. Drip Season 3 debuted and peaked at number 55 in 2018. It's also his highest selling release and posted a major increase in first week sales with 150,300 equivalent album units, earned compared to his collaborative Drip Harder album with Lil Baby, and which also sold 130,000 units in 2018. Last month, news broke that the album itself sold over 500,000 units, which makes it eligible for its own certification as well. So there you go, right there, man. Um, okay, let's see. Let's see if I miss any. If I miss anything. If I miss any topics. Hold on a second, folks. Um, give me a second. Um, okay, let's take a look. Um, let's take a look and see what else I didn't talk about. Um, okay, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Actually, there's another thing I want to talk about, and this is involving a new TV show. Obviously, because TMZ has, not one, but like what, um, like three podcast shows right now. Um, we're gonna take a look at this right now, actually, and I actually want to get a look at this shit though, man. This is very interesting. Um, hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at this shit. Anyway, um, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. So this is according to Hip Hop DX website. Um, so TMZ announces TMZ Hip Hop show focusing on hip hop's biggest pop culture moments. So this was put out 2 days ago. Hip hop rap is the biggest genre in the world, generating billions of dollars every year. So it was only a matter of time before leading gossip news site TMZ launched its own show dedicated to the culture. On Thursday, April 7th, the Harvey Levin led publication announced a new show called TMZ Hip Hop, which will dissect some of rap's biggest stories using a panel of 5 co-hosts. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's make some noise for this shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty dope, man. Yes, that's pretty dope. So the Daily Show, hosted by Amber Diamond, DJ Head, Cynthia Luciette, Rodney Rika, Antonio Skits, which debuts on Monday, April 11th, coming coming up, and will run for 4 weeks. TMZ Hip Hop is long overdue, and yet right on time. We're on the heels of what I'd argue is one of hip hop's biggest pop culture moments. DJ, no, excuse me, Dr. Dre's incredible Super Bowl halftime show, which reminded the world how much the genre is beloved. Executive producer Charles Lati Badir said in the statement, end quote, the fact is it's been that way for 30, almost 40 years. So it's beyond time for a show all about their personalities who've made hip hop a worldwide phenomenon. And I have to say this group loves talking about it. They have a lot of fun. TMZ Hip Hop joins TMZ and TMZ Live, which air on Fox owned stations and some affiliates across the country. Fox acquired TMZ from Warner Media in a $50 million deal in last September. TMZ Hip Hop is coming to Fox owned stations in 10 major markets. New York, obviously, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, Dallas, Houston, Washington, D.C., Seattle, Phoenix, and Minneapolis. It's produced by TMZ Studios, while Lottie um, Lottie Bodier is the executive producer, and former Hip Hop DX editor in chief Trent Clark and Jess Fusco serve as executive producers. Yes, and there's a trailer for this on YouTube. You can go to the Fox YouTube channel page, and there's going to be your preview of TMZ Hip Hop. I will be watching it, man. And let's make some noise again, man. Yeah, as a hip hop head myself, I've been looking for shows like this, man. And this is why I actually like talking about hip hop on here. And of course my review show, of course. So that that helps me build up on some more topics too. So yeah, so there you have it right there, man. Monday, April 11th on I don't know what time on Fox, but I know on my 9 is going to be at 11 p.m. I would have to look into that. I would have to look into what's going on with the time on Fox. I'm not too sure. So of course, my 9 obviously Monday at 11 p.m. So don't miss a beat. I can't wait to watch it and I can't wait to check it out, man. Um yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna make some noise one more time, man. I can't help it. All right. Yeah, long time overdue is right though, man. Long time overdue is right. Now let's see. Let's see what other things I need to talk about here. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, Listen, you guys are looking for something to do in New York. Before I even get to the movie part, let's go over some stuff you could do. If you're looking for something fun to do, um, I am going to actually talk about let's see. There's hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Just a sec. Just a second here. 'Cause I remember seeing um I remember seeing Luna Park. Yeah, Luna Park is one of the topics I was gonna actually discuss too, so I'm actually gonna get into it. So just give me a second. Um, just give me a second. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, here we go. All right, you're looking for something fun to do? I got you, man. So this is according to the New York Post right here. It's only April, but it already feels like summer in Coney Island. The Fables Amusement District kicked off its 2022 season Saturday as intrepid patrons screamed their lungs out, rolled the world famous Cyclone roller coaster, and spun like tops on other rides throughout Luna Park. They were joined by um, Carney Barkers on stilts and the other freaks and geeks that make Coney Island famous. The annual egg cream christening of the Cyclone was also held, marking the landmark coaster's 95th birthday. Some of the park's proceeds Saturday will be donated to local charities. Um, okay, interesting. Yes. That's really fun right there. Um, let's see. It's also another place. If I'm not mistaken, there's also another place called Smorgasberg. Okay, so if you don't know what that is, Smorg Smorgasburg is the largest weekly opening air food market in America, attracting thousands of people to Brooklyn, Manhattan, Jersey City, Los Angeles, and Miami each weekend to eat from dozens of local vendors. So that's what this is about. Um, so here's what this is. Yeah, so Smorgasburg is the largest weekly open air food market in America, attracting thousands of people to Brooklyn, Manhattan, Jersey City, and Los Angeles each weekend to eat from dozens of local vendors. It launched May 21st, 2011, as a spin-off of Brooklyn Fee, founded in 2008, and has since launched dozens of small businesses and attracted millions of visitors. The New York Times dubbed Smorgasburg the Woodstock of eating. Smorgasburg expanded in June 2016 with a Sunday market for 70 vendors in downtown Los Angeles that attracts 10,000 people weekly. In 2019, a Friday market at the Oculus at the World Trade Center opened, followed in May 2021 with a weekly Saturday market in Jersey City, as well as a small gas bar beer garden on the Jersey City waterfront. In March 2022, Smorgasburg, Miami opened in the mid Wynwood Walls district, attracting 10,000 people on Saturdays. Smorgasburg also operates pop ups in Osaka, Japan, and Sao Paulo, Brazil. All right, so Okay, so a couple of places, no, actually a couple areas for those of you that's living in New York. Let me just get you the okay, so Williamsburg. So this is Williamsburg at the no, hold on. So right now in Brooklyn is Prospect Park, Breeze Hill, of course, enter at Lincoln. Hold on a second. Let's get to hold on a second, man. So for you to get there, I don't know how you're gonna get there, but hang on a second. Yeah, I'm not sure how you're gonna get there, but I know for you guys driving right now, let me just let me just basically find out where what the location is for you guys that's looking to go there. I want to actually make sure that I get the right address on there, so that way you guys won't really miss a beat. So okay, so Breeze Hill Prospect Park, Brooklyn, New York 11225. Of course, located in Prospect Park, Brooklyn. And of course, it opens 11 a.m. Hold on a second. So it opens on Sunday, 11 a.m., 6 p.m., which is crazy, actually. But um I do recall that I don't know what's going on with that one right there. But in other words, yeah, so there you go right there. So this one's gonna open in June. So I'm actually gonna look up the address right here. So let's get a look at exactly where in June. Okay, so the one that's opening in June is going to be located at 90 Kent Avenue, Brooklyn, New York 11211. Located in Marsha P. Johnson State Park. And of course, on Saturday it opens 11 to 6. The rest of the days is closed. Um, Now we're gonna go to. I want to go to the. All right, let me go to where the. Okay, for those of you that's living in New Jersey, I got you. Okay, so this one right here, I believe, I don't know when that's gonna open. So it's basically okay. So this is Harborside PI. I'm not sure if it's a yeah, yeah, PI. So this is in Jersey City, New Jersey 07302. For those of you that's living in New Jersey and would like to check out the what is it? Like to check out the event of Smorgasberg in New Jersey. Um I would suggest you look up the address and yeah. And for those of you, hold on a second, Smorgasburg WTC. Hold on a second here. Um, this is very interesting here because so Smorgasburg is also in Manhattan as well. So Smorgasburg WTC, 185 Greenwich Street, New York 10006. First floor, Westfield World Trade Center. It opens at 11 a.m. on Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see what else I could actually talk about here. Oh, the best part about this is the foods. You gotta talk about the foods, man. Okay, we got Two Girls Cook Shop. Wait, what? Hold on. Two Girls Cook Shop. So you got Two Girls Cook Shop. Um, Angry Archies. Angry Archies. Oh wow. And you have the ATM Vegan Deli. Yo. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this is the funniest one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we got the what is it? How you pronounce this? Bayo Nanas. Don't Oh shit. Bayo Tea House. You got Ben Cookies. Yo, hold on. Hold on. Ben Cookies. All right, so there's Bark Barbecue. Um obviously. And there's Berg's Pastrami. There's Big Moss. There's Burial Less. Black Rican Vegan. Wait, hold on. Black Rican Vegan. Um, yeah. And there's Blake and Kylie Creole Kitchen. Blake and Kylie's Creole Kitchen. Then there's Bona Bona. There's Burger Supreme Burger. Um, I might talk about that in the food porn episode, so don't worry about that. Cake jars, Carlitos barbecue, taqueria. Yes, taqueria. Sea Bale, Clutch Motto, the Abruzzo, Destination Dumplings. Yo, that shit's so interesting right here. Oh man, duck season. Opposite of rabbit season, folks. Yo, um, um, Delana, sweet treats, um, um, Federoffs, Frube, Fomo Momo, Home Fright, um, Jakarta Munch, Julian, Boulangerie. What? Boulangerie. Oh wow. um, Need Some Love. Last Call Mixology. Lupitas. Oh shit. Lupitas. Yo. Okay. So we got Mama's Cupboard, Mayo's Biles, Mania Gyro, you got Monk's Meats, Nada's NYC, Nonsense NYC, Noodle Lane, Akonami, Okay Dog, Ornelas Trattoria, Oyster Party, um Palin Q, Paper Plate. We have there's Parenta Alley, Parish Po' Boys, um Patisco Brazuca, Red Hook Lobster Pound, Rooster Boy NYC, Rosie's Empanadas, which I still never had before, Smash NYC. I know it has to be a smash burger right now. Oh shit! Hold up. Whoa! Hold up. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. There's smoking of meats. Sosa Rap NYC Sunday. There's Sweet Reunion, Ty Bird, The Boys Co, The Good Batch, The Pinchot Truck, the Little Sicilian, The Sister Yard, Tojo's Kitchen, Trade Wins the Second, um, Vakiro, Elotes, Vermont Maple Lemonade, Vialo, Cocina, Wagwan, so Jamaican, wood fired edibles, and of course, last but not least, Yakitori Tatsu. Okay, you want to learn all about these food tasting menus and stuff? All you need to do is go to the website right here, www.smorgasberg.com. And for upcoming events and all the other stuff, and of course, um, they're going to be open every weekend from Friday through Sundays. So that means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be open on every weekend. So there you go, right there. Um, there you go, right there. So every weekend, and you can also follow them on Instagram, Smorgasberg. I know I will as soon as I get off this air. All right. So there you go, right there. Um, let's take a look to see how much we got left to talk about. Oh, we need to talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 sequel. Okay. Okay. We're talking about that. Hold on a second. Let's talk about that. We need to talk about that. Really, real talk. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that. We really do. All right. Time for a little segment that I like to call the movie Man Cave Popcorn segment. I'm pretty sure everybody's hungry, so we're gonna actually oh my gosh, man. So this is gonna be interesting. So let's yeah. Um okay, so yeah, we need to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog that just reached the box office. We're gonna talk about that. Um okay, we need to talk about that. Um just a sec. Yeah, we need to talk about that. So obviously, if you didn't know, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 just came out. And I'm going to actually talk about it actually. See if it reached number one. Let's see, number one in let's see if it reached number one in the box office. Let's take a look at an article. So all right. Okay, so Sonic 2 the Hedgehog ran away with the domestic box office Friday night. The video game inspired flick grossed $3.5 million on its opening night, according to IMDb's box office mojo database. Ambulance. Who the hell asked for ambulance? And I didn't even know Wale was in the damn movie. Oh shit. Wale in the Ambulance rated R movie. Wow. So Ambulance, the rated R movie, a Michael Bay thriller starring Jake Gyllenhaal, came next, grossing $3.2 million on its premiere. Morbius, the latest movie based on a Marvel Comics character, followed with $2.9 million Friday and $49.8 million cumulatively. I know I know Variety and Deadline had a story on that one, so let's get into more of the story actually. So obviously, all right, did you hear that? Disney CEO Bob Chapek, um families turn Spider-Man No Way Home into a third high. Well, wait, I don't know about all that though. Haven't lost it. Well, let's see. Families turned Spider-Man No Way Home into the third highest grossing movie of all time with 803 million, and they kept staying in the top 10 for 14 of the picks 15 weekends for a $162 million stateside total. And further underscoring that family audiences haven't lost their appetite for moviegoing during the pandemic, aka Slandemic, is Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which clocked a $26.5 million since Friday, including $6.25 million of previews for what looks like to be at this moment as a $67 to $69 million opening at 4,234 theaters. How about that? That's higher than the 58 million 3 day of the first movie. That's the fifth slam dunk number one opening by Paramount during the slamdemic after A Quiet Place Part 2, Scream, Jackass Forever, and The Lost City. There's a great optimism out there among sources that Sonic 2 will go higher once matinees take effect. Um Yeah, yeah. Let's make some noise for Sonic 2 the Hedgehog for all you video gamers out there who have who had the Sega Genesis, this the Sega Dreamcast, the Sega Saturns, and all these other game systems and stuff like that. Let's make some noise for all the gaming fans that went to see Sonic 2 the Hedgehog. And it's number one in the box office. That's exactly what I like to hear, man. I know I haven't seen the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, but I can't wait for Sonic 2 the Hedgehog to be on DVDs and all the other stuff in a couple of months. So yeah, that's a lot of fun, man. And that's the reason why the that's the hold on, hold on. And that's the reason why the first movie, Sonic the Hedgehog, did great because of the fan base, because of how good the storyline is, and how it correlates and reimagined from the video game days. That's why it's so good, and that's why people went to see it. So I like it. I'm gonna make some noise again. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going here. Okay, what was destined to be broken according to pre-weekend tracking is Universal Endeavor Content's Michael Bay action film Ambulance. Which, like I said before, I did not know Wale was in this movie, man. I did not know that. That's crazy. Which is slightly higher than the $2.8 million Friday we saw yesterday, and now 3.2 million, which means 8.1. I'm sorry for laughing, but damn, man, $8.1 million opening at 3,412 theaters in fourth place, and the movie has all the IMAX screens. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Oh man, that's crazy right there. Now, before we blame this person, that person and Bay ambulance serves as a reality check as moviegoers roars back. Essentially, moviegoers have become more discerning during the slamdemic, and they are particularly choosy about the types of movies they'll see. A Marvel, DC, or Sonic the Hedgehog pick is worth the price, especially if you are going to the movies 2 to 3 times a year. But if it looks like an action film they've seen on a Netflix queue, um, they are not going to go out of their way to see it. Ambulance obviously is on a 17-day window, and given that, well, older dudes will wait to see this at home. All of this despite the movie notching the best reviews of Bay's career, Jake Gyllenhaal doing quite well in the role in Universal's marketing materials testing well. Times have changed, and a brilliant movie such as the 1994 Speed. That's what this movie reminds me of. Speed with Keanu Reeves, by the way, would have a hard time in today's movie going economy. Furthermore, when it comes to action films in today's cinemas, it's the superhero picks that have it all. Everything else is B rated. What? B rated? They stolen the air from away from something as standard as ambulance. Oh shit, which came together in November 2020. Oh man, B rated. Yo, okay, so so meanwhile, a movie like The Lost City, a combo of romantic comedy and adventure that's a different genre we don't see all the time. It's not overabundant, and because it had the right star package, open to $30.4 million. It appeals straight to women, and there haven't been that many female demo movies during the past 2 years. In weekend three at 3,797 theaters, the Sandra Bullock Channing Tatum movie is seeing $2.5 million on Friday, negative 42% from a week ago for a 3 day of $9.3 million in third place. Negative 37% for a running total of $68.9 million on the high end by Sunday. The most recent Marvel Comics movie, Morbius by Sony, booked at 4,268 theaters, is out of blood in weekend two with $10 million in second place. Out of blood? Out of blood? You're a vampire. How can you be out of blood? Wow. Wow. I'm sorry for laughing this hard though, man, folks, but you really have to understand how hilarious this is to me though. Like, like, how can a vampire be out of blood, man? You didn't say that with Dracula. You didn't say that with fucking vampires in Brooklyn. Oh man. Ooh, wow. That's funny, man. All right, so negative 74% on the high end for a running total of $56.8 million. The movie crossed 100 million global on Thursday, and its current global QMA is $102.7 million before the weekend. And of course, Warner Brothers, the Batman in weekend 6 is seeing 6 million to $6.3 million. Negative 43% for a running total of $358.8 million. In fifth at 3,254 locations. Sixth place right now is going to A24's Everything Everywhere All at Once with a great $5.9 million third weekend of 1,250 theaters and an expected running total by Sunday of $8.5 million. Okay. The Daniels movie made 2.1 million Friday. Um, yeah, so Friday in the AM, Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 grossed 6.25 in previews from Wednesday fan screenings and Thursday showtimes that started at 3 p.m. The film is expected to make north of $50 million this weekend. Yes. Universal Endeavor content Ambulance is not looking great with 700K in previews at 2,800 theaters that started at 7 p.m. Of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 2's Thursday was 5 million or 66% higher than the original 2020 movie's $3 million Thursday previews, which started at 5 p.m. That movie saw a $20.9 million opening day, of which previews accounted for only 14%, and a $58 million 3-day and $70 million 4-day weekend before finaling, at $148.9 million. The movie's legs were indeed impacted then by the onset of the slandemic and exhibition closing nationwide. Yeah. In regards to Ambulance, which I didn't know Wale was in the movie. The good news is that it's double the preview numbers of Universal's previous action the 355, which was so whack, which did 350K at um 2,300 theaters that began at 7 p.m. on its Thursday. The irony here with Ambulance is that it's the best reviewed movie of director Michael Bay's career, tied with The Rock, which also was 68% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. But the movie isn't going to make it to double digits in its opening. Oh my gosh. I got something for that. Hold on a second, man. Are you saying that Ambulance is going to crash and burn? Yo, it is probably gonna crash and burn, man. There's no way Ambulance is going to top Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm sorry, that's never gonna happen. I know their ass is so butthurt right now, though. Right now. Yo. Oh my gosh. Man, hold up. This is just wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyway, where was I? Yeah. So, yeah. The logical question is why wasn't this sent to Peacock day and date? I understand that Universal wanted to be in the Bay business and made a negative pickup here from Endeavor Content, which financed the pick, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Yaha Abdul Mateen II, and Isa Gonzalez for an estimated $40 million. Yeah, yeah, that's probably gonna be a. I don't know, man. It's probably a dud too. Yeah, yeah. So, so the only bragging rights for Universal is that Ambulance was cheap. After the Pig's disastrous $20 million foreign box office result in 59 territories, Uni already is dealing with the reality that this vehicle is broken. In other words, it did the crash and burn. So, so I got to do this one more time, man, so you guys can really get my point. Yo, let me keep going with this shit, man, before I be on the air for too long. Okay, so among regular movies in release, Sony's Morbius did $1.3 million on Thursday, ending its week with an estimated $46.9 million. Which I find pretty interesting that it was number one in the box office for like maybe a whole yeah. So the Jared Leto Spider-Man spinoff is expected to decline 65% in weekend two, given its genre nature. Paramount's Lost City um did $1.1 million, -8 from Wednesday for a second week, estimated at $19.9 million, and 2 week total of $59.7 million. Warner Brothers The Batman did 70 wait, hold on. 745K. It was number one in the box office. I'll give it that though, man. -7% from Wednesday, ending its fifth week with $14.3 million and a running total of $352.5 million. Of course, Sony's Uncharted did 303K in its seventh Thursday for a week, ending of 5 million and running total of $140.3 million. And I'm not gonna even go. I'm not even going to the rest. So I'm gonna just wrap this up right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm gonna just wrap this up right there. Um, yeah, I think that's it though, man. Yeah. Um. All right. So that's gonna do it for episode 135. I hope you folks out there got a chance to go see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's already doing well in the box office. And also don't forget to actually and I forgot to put this in the segment of TV show checkouts, which is TMZ Hip Hop, which starts on Monday, April 11th on my 9 at 11 p.m. All right. I'm not sure about Fox, but um we'll figure it out though, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, you like what you heard in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever? Please show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $G Money Stacks 555. That's capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide to do will be appreciated. So there you go right there, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna go to this thing called and no, I don't think I have a podcast juice of the week. I don't have a podcast juice of the week, but probably next week I'll probably do that. So we're gonna go into um this thing called um podcast free game mechanisms. Let's cue the chimes. And of course, as you may know, this is the segment where I actually inform you guys on the types of equipment that you need to start a podcast, um, the software and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you folks out there are interested in making a podcast, like I'm doing right now with 3 shows underneath of my belt, um, don't worry, I got you back on this right here. So here we go. First, headphones. Second, you need a microphone for sound quality and your recording. Now, it doesn't have to be anything too expensive. It could be a Yeti microphone. It could be an Alvoxcon A800 model microphone that I'm using for recording purposes. And you also need a laptop, which is very important for your live streams, for your StreamYard or Zoom meetings or whatever. And I don't use Zoom for my podcast recordings, um, because this is where I segue into StreamYard. So StreamYard is the app that it's the software that I use for my 3 YouTube channels, which is G Money Stacks 555 with all the New York podcast episodes on there, alongside with Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, the review show, and of course my sports podcast, which is of course Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast Sports Edition show. Um, and and of course, you could add your Facebook, you could add your Twitch, but I don't know too many people that use LinkedIn. I don't use that, so I can't really recommend that. But here we go, man. So with StreamYard, you get to do a couple of things. You get to send invite links to people like through your email addresses, your phone numbers, and of course your Instagram handles right there. So yeah, and when I see you come to the StreamYard studio and I see you come in, I will add you to the live stream chat so that way you'll be able to chat with me, and we get into the topics and and some other stuff right there. So which is fun, by the way. I'm actually having fun having people on my show so far, actually, though. So I don't know who I want to invite on the show next. So I can't really say for sure. So we'll see what's going on here. I actually want to mention about StreamYard. If you make an account with StreamYard, it could be your email address or your personal email address. You can type in either one. You want to make sure you are actually able to get login code. And when you get it, when you click on it, what you're gonna do is go to the email address that StreamYard sent you in the email. You're gonna see 6 numbers. You can copy and paste those numbers on there. And when you do that, all you need to do is press login, and you should be good to go to set up your live stream schedule of any days of the week you get to do this. Live stream recording on StreamYard, of course, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, which I hardly use anymore because they delete people's videos, which I didn't want that to happen. And yeah, so there you go, right there, man. Um, and also for podcasters out there who are interested in making a podcast like I'm doing, um, when it comes to creating a unique name title of the show, don't worry about the people who's not gonna like it. As long as you got a lot of people that'll like the name and the story behind it and stuff like that, that's what really fucking matters here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and you also, the most important thing is you also want to have confidence behind your recording, and be comfortable with your voice. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm gonna throw you another recommendation right here, which is Anchor.fm. You want to set an account with Anchor.fm for your podcast, which is the hosting site for Spotify, which is owned by Spotify, by the way. And also, when you set up your you could it's optional to actually make a trailer. It's optional. It's not mandatory, but it's optional, and it's up to you and your choice. So when you record your first episode, you want to make sure it drops um on whatever day you decide to drop it. That way people that's listening on Spotify and other streaming platforms such as iHeartRadio, of course there's Podchaser, there's um of course there's Audible, and of course Moon FM podcast, Google Podcasts, and all these other streaming platforms that I be mentioning. So yeah, as long as you have an expansion on the listeners and the folks out there that's watching on YouTube, which is included too. And the more content you create, the more you will be able to gain success. Now, another thing, don't worry about somebody telling you just because you have a microphone doesn't mean you can start a podcast. Don't worry about that fucking idiot. Don't worry about that person. It's all about what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's what really matters right there, though. So there you go, right there, man. That is your podcast free game mechanism segment. And the last one right here is stream choices on the go. Make sure you follow me on 17 Live at G Money Queens, New York on 17 Live. And make sure you follow the show on Facebook and Instagram, Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast, alongside with my other shows, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, and alongside with Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And make sure you are able to follow me on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss a beat. All right. And that's what really matters here. Now, on to where you can actually listen to the podcast episodes. I am going to fill you in right now. All right, so as I said before, man, make sure you subscribe to all the audio streaming platforms, and of course, follow the podcast. Follow the podcast. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and stuff. And if you have any questions for me, and if you have any topic ideas, and if you have any thoughts and talks about what you heard about the topics that we discussed or previous episodes whatsoever, feel free to leave a voice message on anchor.fm, where you can see the podcast page with all the episodes on there. You're going to see the word message on there, and by going to the link in bio on the gram, you're gonna see Linktree/GMoneyStacks555. You're gonna, when you click on it, you're gonna see the name of the show. You click on there and you're gonna see the word message. You're gonna leave a message on the Anchor voice recording message on your phones, your iPhones, your Androids. Of course, you can even do that off of your laptop too. You know what I'm saying? With your microphone and headphones, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. That will be appreciated. And we are also on Radio Public and iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcasts. Make sure you follow those. Make sure you follow the show on there. And also follow my other shows that's also on iHeartRadio as well, which is Meticulous Values Podcast, and of course, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. And of course, the New York podcast is also on iHeartRadio. So make sure you follow those 3 shows that I just mentioned right now. All right. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab the subscribe button so you can be able to be notified and reminded on when the show and myself is going on the air via live stream. So, of course, tap the noti bell so you can be reminded of when it's going to premiere. As far as the live stream recording, make sure you don't miss anything, and leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the topics that's being discussed. Stay tuned for more upcoming episodes, more video content, previous episodes, and of course, make sure you download the episodes, share the episodes, share the videos. Don't forget to rate. Don't forget to tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, your feedback is important to me in terms of what you thought about the topics and stuff like that. And by the way, I left a question in regards to a previous episode that I actually talked about in terms of Remy Ma making a claim statement regarding Doja Cat not being a rapper. I want you guys to tell me your feedback, how you feel about what Remy Ma said on the Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast Instagram page that I posted. So there you go right there. And that's going to do it for me, man. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me. I really appreciate you guys and the folks out there in the YouTube all over the world, Canada, not to mention, Long Island, aka Strong Island, the five boroughs of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I appreciate you guys, man, and I really love y'all for this, man. It's all love. So, um, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to check out Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in theaters right now. And of course, don't forget to check out the new TV show Hip Hop. No, excuse me. Don't forget to check out TMZ Hip Hop on Monday on my 9 at 11 p.m. All right? I'm off this shit. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace and one love. And have yourselves a good night and enjoy the Mets baseball game as well on TV.